Hi everybody and welcome back to the Harrison Foundation Facebook page. Those of you who've logged in before will know that one of our goals at the Harrison Foundation is to help empower young people, to give them opportunities, to give them the skills and get them, importantly, into the world of work. And we primarily do that via the Harrison Centre for Social Mobility. Today we're going to speak to a fantastic partnership which the Harrison Centre has had in place since 2017. That partnership is the Beacon of Light. It's based from the Foundation of Light at Sunderland Football Club, and that primarily looks to give skills, opportunities and training to young adults aged between 13 and 19 years old. And the aim of those participants from the Beacon of Light, but indeed the aim of all participants at the Harrison Centre for Social Mobility and the Harrison Foundation itself, is to give those skills I mentioned before: confidence, opportunities, and finally employment. And why employment? Because employment gives people an opportunity, it gives people their own independence, it gives them the confidence to be able to live what we hope is long and happy lives as well. So let's get straight into this today. I'm delighted to be joined by David, who is an ex-alumni from the Beacon, but also Anth, who's one of the tutors there. And really today, gentlemen, I want to just find out a bit more about yourselves, a bit more about your studies and a bit more about what happens next as well. But before I think we get into the detail of that, I'm going to put you on the spot ever so slightly, David. So apologies for this. I should have really mentioned it in the warm-up. But
Right.
one of the things I do at True Potential is I ask for a fascinating fact about a new joiner. So if we say you're the new joiner today, is there something interesting about you, David, which nobody else knows?
That's not really that nobody knows. I'm just a really big nerd. I like my different like Marvel stuff, my Star Wars and all that stuff.
So if you had to
I'm
choose
really
between
interested.
Marvel, Star Wars, or DC, what would you choose on a
Oh,
nerd front?
that's really on the spot. Oh God, Star Wars.
Star Wars? Fair enough.
Yeah,
Anth, can I flick it to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously before started the foundation, I'd done a lot of charity work and volunteering work out in Africa.
Right?
I was out in different communities supporting children, street children, by playing football, providing lunches, and like schooling as well. So it's quite an interesting fact for myself.
Which parts of Africa were you in for that?
I was Kenya in Nairobi,
Right.
particularly in Matumba slum, which is one of the largest in Africa.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it was
fantastic.
quite an eye opener, but fantastic experience.
Oh, no, I bet it was. So, well, there you go. I selfishly now know something new about David and something new about Anth as well. So, thanks for humouring me a little bit, lads. David, if we kick off with yourself, you're working at Vantech now. Could you just explain a little bit about who Vantech are, what they do?
well, Vantech are a logistics company. They the store stuff for Nissan, and whenever they want them, they'll transport them, and obviously Nissan will unload them. And I only joined back in last August, I think, and from there it's opened my eyes quite a lot to what actually Vantech do and how they've introduced it to new starters like myself and other people that I've started to work with, and how long they've been there and what they've had to go through to be where they are today, which is quite a really good experience for me, only being 20 years old. God,
Yeah.
20. um, for me, it's a good company, I think.
Yeah, no, well, you're speaking to someone who was 42 years old yesterday, by the way, David. So 20 sounds absolutely fantastic. So believe you me, mate. From there, and so you've been at Vantech since August. And what have you been doing there? What type of roles have you been doing since then?
When I first started, I was initially at Hilltop. I started as like a decanter where I took everything out of the cardboard, put them in an RC3 box, and got labels, scanned them, and shipped them off. But now, obviously, to date, I'm an operator where I actually store boxes whenever they reach a certain height. I take them out, wrap them by hand now, and I put a label on them and get my forklift driver to export them.
Fantastic. And then what do you think's next if you look forward, David, probably for the next 1 year, but even in the next 5 years, what do you want to be doing? Is there other colleagues at Vantech who are doing certain roles where you think I fancy a bit of that myself?
First things first, I would love to get my contract because right now I'm still on my temporary, which is fair enough. And what's next for me? I either want to be on the forklift or I want to be going towards a team leader role because I do see myself as a person who can actually take lead and you can have a laugh with, and I'm not too strict, and
Yeah.
I'm not one of them people who are like, oh, if you don't do my rules, you're out of here type thing.
No, absolutely, David. And I think, Anf, does some of that come from some of the work which you've done at the Beacon there in terms of being able to give David that confidence to say, actually, I want to take responsibility, I want to speak up and look after a team?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I've been fortunate enough. I've known David since the age of 16. So I've sort of seen David when he sort of just left school. He kept the foundation, but he didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. So,
Not at all.
you would admit, yeah.
And not at all. I didn't know what I wanted to do or what career I wanted to take on.
Yeah. So obviously we've worked with David closely over the years. He's done numerous programs with the Foundation of Light. He's had interview opportunities with yourselves at Harrison, which has improved his confidence over the years. And he was coming at the end of the courses, and for David, I think he was at a bit of a crossroads. He would admit himself,
Yeah.
he didn't exactly know what he wanted to do. So once we spoke about the opportunity of working with Vantech, having that hands-on work experience, he took that chance. He was still a bit unsure when he was doing the course, but with a lot of coaching and advice and guidance from ourselves, he took that opportunity and he grasped it with both hands, and he was offered a job straight away, which is credit to David, but also the progression he's made within the programs with the Foundation of Light and obviously yourselves, the Harrison.
No, it's absolute credit to David and to you, Anne, from the programme for sure. And I think probably, well, wouldn't have put words in your own mouth, and would you agree that it's taking an opportunity and learning and getting the confidence is the most important bit of advice you give to anybody like David?
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, obviously, people who we work with come from like different backgrounds. The main thing that we focus on is making them feel comfortable, making them feel relaxed, improving the confidence, being there for them, supporting them with whatever they need, but being able to offer them like opportunities when they can actually have real life work experience is massive. And then it's up to the sales individuals to go out there and to show companies and employees what they can do by obviously going and becoming more confident within themselves.
Spot on. And David, if you're giving advice to anybody, you've obviously, as Ant says, you've been in the programme now for 4 years. So if you hark back to any 16-year-olds who would be in your shoes, what advice would you give them?
Listen, don't overjudge straight away because things can be what they seem, but they can't be at the same time. For me, when I was 16, I always thought it's going to be a tough world, tough graft. But if you earn your keep, make your own graft and get your own like confidence, and you get your strength and you get your tough skin, everything will be not perfect, but it'll be great. Because for me, when I was 16, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but obviously with the help from the Beacon, I built my confidence, I built some sort of strength, and I made a very good impression that I am very confident and I've got a really good mindset towards things.
No, I couldn't agree more. And I think even just speaking on things like this, David, is testament to yourself and that confidence which you talk about. And, you know, we employ at True Potential, who I'm chief executive for, we employ just shy of 500 people now. And they come from a real range of backgrounds and ages. And what I'll always say to our apprentices when they come in is exactly what you and Anf are saying, which is, you know, just try and enjoy what you do and try and get stuck in. you're not going to be the finished article. I'm 42 myself, as I mentioned. I'm not the finished article yet, but importantly, what I do is I turn up, I stick in every day, and that's what we say to everybody in our staff as well, which is it doesn't matter what you're doing, but as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and as long as you're sticking in at it, the opportunities will flow from there. So it's really good to hear, David, and well done to you for that. And Anth, really, just in terms of the rest of the program right now, are you looking for similar partnerships with Vantec and other firms?
Yes, so obviously at the minute, Fantech is going really well. David was on our first cohort at the first programme, which started in August. We've run another 3 courses since, and we've just currently finished one. But on the back of that, and because of the outcomes and people gaining that experience and getting employment out of it, we're in talks with Nissan as well, who want to do similar. And there's a couple of other organisations who we've just started talking with now, looking to offer participants that similar experience with hopefully with a hard outcome at the end of it to gain sustainability employment, really. So yeah, I think things are looking good for other providers to join ranks.
No, that's wonderful to hear, Anth, and thank you both to you and to David for giving up some of your time today to just run me through both that and also update our Facebook page. It's been great to hear the impact of the partnership between the Beacon of Light and the Harrison Foundation. It's given that tangible outcome, which you were saying there, Anth, which is what it's all about, 100%. Really, at the end of the day. And David, a huge congratulations to yourself, mate, for getting the way you've got and getting on there. And best of luck finishing your training. I look forward to getting run over by a forklift by you in the future whilst you boss your team around as well. But all the best, lads, and I look forward to catching up with you very soon. Cheers.
Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.